Meteorologist Tuttle here. For years, I've been recommending Ferguson Roof Systems to homeowners across Oklahoma. So when Mother Nature struck my house, it was an easy call to make. There's no one I would trust more than Ferguson Roof Systems for my home's roof. Since 1977, Ferguson has led the industry with an A+ Better Business Bureau rating and lifetime warranties. Plus, they'll even deal with the insurance companies so you don't have to. So when Mother Nature strikes, make your first call to Ferguson Roof Systems.
Hey there, Meteorologist Tuttle with you. It is Friday, lunchtime. It's time for your winter weather update as we head on into our weekend and into next week, as we do have a couple of storm systems coming our way, plus the coldest temperatures we've seen in quite a while. And these are going to be some nasty numbers coming our way out of Canada, really Siberia. You got to thank those folks across the pole, but we're getting their nasty leftovers. Now, I will apologize ahead of time if I do cough or stop talking. It's because I got the flu. Can you see? Can you tell? Look into my eye sockets. What do you see? So, yeah, I got the flu on Wednesday. So, I was fine Tuesday, bebopping along. And then Wednesday I woke up and I was like, I feel a little off this morning. And then as the morning turned into the day, all of a sudden I was like, uh-oh, I got the flu. I said, man, this is bad news. So I got myself the magic pill. Zofluza is what it's called. And that stops the replication of the virus. So it allows you to recover much faster. And therefore you don't spread it either. So that's good. But I've been home since then. And so today, hopefully after the end of today, I'll feel way better. And then tomorrow back on my feet. So that's the hope. So we'll see if my voice holds out. I haven't talked much in 3 days. So we'll see what's going on. I do know that Oklahoma had the peak of all the flu reports out there. I do know that much. Matter of fact, I think, let me see. I haven't checked my website in a while because I was just curious. I know at one point we were red all over Oklahoma. I probably still are. And yeah. Actually, the rest of the country has joined us. So this is very high. It shows in that maroon shading for Oklahoma for influenza. So there you go. And then Texas has joined us and surrounding states. So man, it's bad out there. The whole country. My goodness. Woo! You got to go up there to Montana to get some relief. What's up with that? So anyway, so there you go. That's found on my website, TuttleWeather.com, if I can speak. All right, so thanks for joining me. I just had to tiptoe a little bit, give you guys some more time to pile in here. Hope your day's been going well. I hope your Friday morning is going well. Thanks for tuning in on all the social media platforms, from YouTube to Facebook to Rumble to Locals, to Instagram, to TikTok Live, all that kind of stuff. So as you know, some of you have already joined platform subscriptions for that, so go ahead and do that. At the end of this broadcast, I'll touch base on that again. I've had a lot of questions on what it means. If I join a different platform, can I watch on another one? So I'm going to answer all that for you here in just a second. But first, I want to get to the weather for those that are obviously curious about the winter storm coming in for tomorrow, which is Saturday, and also for next Tuesday. Thank you guys on YouTube as well. Thanks for signing up. Okay, so let's jump in here to the data. So let me pull everything up. So actually right now, you can see that we've got some sunshine. It's nice to see that for a change. It helped us to warm up. I'm at 44 degrees in my backyard. So that's a pretty decent recovery after the last couple of mornings, right? Temperatures out there across the state are widespread into the 40s and even some 50s in the panhandle. So this time of the year, you can warm up pretty quickly if you get a nice westerly wind at all and some sunshine. It can do you some good. So that's the positive that I have here on this outlook for you. Okay, so let's do this. Just to show you, the jet stream pattern is going to show you this little system right here. It's going to be coming our way as we head into Saturday. So this is going to be providing the lift in the atmosphere to squeeze out some clouds and some rain and some snow here across Oklahoma. And then that'll zip on past us. And then I'm going to zip this onto next week. And by Monday, here's our next round of energy lift right here. As the jet stream has a little kink to it. And that'll zip on through right across Oklahoma for Tuesday into Tuesday night. And that'll be our next winter storm maker. If we do look at the timing For Saturday, again, remember the brighter the colors, the better the lift. So this is right around 3 o'clock in the morning. So you're starting to see some lift here across Oklahoma during the morning hours. There's 6 a.m. And then here's around mid-morning. And then here is lunchtime. And then on into the afternoon. And then it moves out. So it's a short window. It's a little bit of lift, but there's not a whole lot of moisture with it. So this storm system should not be as impressive as Wednesday. Plus, temperature's going to be a little bit more on the milder side, which is good news. So if we look at Saturday, for example, this is at lunchtime. If you look at temperatures here, I'm just going to use this model right here. We're about where we are today in the mid 40s. So that's not bad. Even southern Oklahoma into the 50s to possible 60s. But in the panhandle, guys will be struggling to get at or above freezing for just a few hours. And then the cold air will start to pile on in. And then as the cold air comes in later Saturday afternoon, that'll change this area over to snow. And that snow will move to the south and east. And I'll show you that here on the radar in just a minute. Okay, so matter of fact, let's just do that. Here's a look at the animation. We're also going to get some rain out of it, just some chilly rain tonight here in the southeastern quadrant of the state down into northeastern Texas. And then that'll move on off into Arkansas. Still raining through the morning hours for Saturday down there. Here comes some of that snow, panhandle region for Oklahoma and Texas during the morning hours for tomorrow. And now you can start to see some little hints of snow start to develop here for the afternoon, back into the colder air as that cold front does come back into our region. So here's 5 o'clock, a nice little band of snow moving through from west to east across the western half of the state during that time frame. Additional snow up here in northeast Oklahoma and southeastern Missouri picking up. Here in the Oklahoma City metro, we're not going to get a whole lot, maybe a dusting. It's not going to amount to much. And then there's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then most of it kind of focused up here in northeast Oklahoma. So all in all, the forecast has not changed at all for Saturday. The models kind of had it more of an open wave trough with more of the lift and focus kind of in this part of the state for some light snow development as far as, measurable stuff, and that's about it. It does have a little secondary batch again over in this region that'll come through for Saturday night late, and that's about it. Also not going to do much either. So it's not a big system. It's a very weak one. Just don't be surprised. You'll see a little bit of it out there. Just don't panic. You'll be fine. Okay, now let's go past that point. All right, so what's the next system going to do us for? Well, here is a look at Tuesday morning. So this is going to be the devil in the details. In other words, when does it start? Right now, the model's about 50-50 that it starts at daybreak, 6 a.m. The last system was coming in early, overnight, about 3 o'clock, midnight to 3 o'clock. So that was an easy call to mess up your Tuesday, right? So a lot of places closed down business because the ices would be covering the roadways by then. Here, it may be one of those deals where the ice doesn't start until people are already hitting the roads and then getting to work kind of a deal. We'll see. We're several days away. But just kind of give you an example. So here is the American model. Here is the Icon model. It gets all the snow up here in the north, dry here, central and south. Here's the UK Met. It's got rain across the I-40 corridor, and I-44 points down south. Otherwise, looks like a winter mix north of I-44 and 40 out here in western Oklahoma, up to the border of Kansas and Oklahoma. Otherwise, snow behind that one. Let's see. Let's go to the Canadian model. Canadian model is similar to the UK Met. Rain down south, snow up north, and a mix in between. And the European model, same idea. Snow up north, just now developing the rain mix here in central and southern Oklahoma. All right, now we'll go to midday Tuesday. And here's where you can see the winter storm moving through. So again, heavy snow up to the north, winter mix here in central areas on the GFS along the I-44 corridor. That's a mixture of rain, freezing rain, sleet, and snow. And then rain down south and east of there. The Icon model, for example, also has very little bit of a wintry mix, but mostly snow on the north end of this system. The UK Met, also a wintry mix from north to south. And the Canadian, also north to south, wintry mix. And finally, the European, same idea, north to south, wintry mix. So that basically means, kind of similar to last time, a cold rain across far southern and southeast Oklahoma. Otherwise, that sweet spot, again, from right around Wichita Falls up through Muskogee, Tulsa, maybe Bartlesville, Stillwater. Back out here just to west central Oklahoma is the zone. We're going to have more of that freezing rain and sleet mixed in there. Otherwise, plenty of snow up here on the north side where it's plenty cold for that. Now, speaking of plenty cold, let's take a look at that because this is going to be nasty. All right, so we're going to look at Wednesday morning. I want to show you what the model spread is for these temperatures, okay? So here's the AI version of the European. It says 5 degrees in Oklahoma City and 5 degrees in Tulsa, negative teens and 20s up here in Nebraska. Now, the European model itself also agrees with the really cold stuff. It's got some minus 20s up here. Otherwise, it's got 1 degree in Oklahoma City, 2 in Tulsa, 0 Stillwater, minus 2, 3 Ponca City, minus 5 in Woodward. Let's go to the Canadian. Same idea. -3, -3, -6, -5. These are not wind chills, folks. These are actual air temperatures. Much colder north, obviously. Much warmer south. Dallas is going around 8 to 12 degrees to kind of show you how cold it's going to be down there. That'll be a pipe bursting situation for those folks. Here's a look at the American model. It also is going single digits here across the state. Negative numbers up north. If we go to the icon model, a lot of negative numbers in here as well. Man, it's got some really cold stuff in Nebraska, -36, -38. If you look at the UK Met, also -36 to -38 up here in western Nebraska, but has us around +2, -3. So does that not tell you there's going to be some arguing as to the final low number, but a low around 0 is in the cards. Now, if you were to fast forward, okay, what about 24 hours later? Is it still miserable? Of course it's miserable. It's wintertime. Let's take a look at the numbers here. Same idea. UK Met, oh my goodness, -11, -14 for lows. That's where the cold air really slides in here. Oh, by the way, this is the Canadian, which is usually colder, has a cold bias, but that's still bad. Okay, the UK Met, not as bad. 6 degrees, 1, 4, 2. Up here, the -17s, -16s though. All right, let's go to Icon. Icon also cold, severely cold, -30s, -20s, and teens up here across Kansas and Missouri. Man, that's just nasty stuff. The American model, also -teens and 20s up in some of these areas. We're still in the single digits down here. The European, it's got us around -2. -8 looks like, -9 for Bartlesville, -5 for Enid, otherwise -teens and 20s up to our north. And the AI version of the European says, oh, it's a heat wave at a +8 degree temperature here in Oklahoma City, and the coldest stuff up north. So the general take home is 2 nights of some brutally cold temperatures, pipe bursting weather will be in the forecast. All right, here's a look at your snow amounts. If we look at the members, the ensemble members of our global models, just kind of see where they're focusing the heaviest accumulating snows over mostly this second system. The first system will have a little bit in these areas, but it's mostly the second. But here is the UK Met, which does have measurable snow all the way down to North Texas, by the way, down toward Dallas. So heads up for you guys down there. You might actually get a little bit of snow out of this deal. All right, so that's the UK Met. Here it was the GFS. It keeps that snow just north of Dallas. Otherwise, it does have the body of Oklahoma, especially the northern half of Oklahoma, measurable snow. As we head into the European, same idea. A little bit more of a bullseye in this region, otherwise measurable snow across the whole state. And then finally, I think this is the Canadian, same idea, measurable snow all the way down to North Texas, and of course across the rest of Oklahoma with several inches up to the north. That's good. So why I show you that, because it's a confidence factor. In other words, if all the models agree you're going to get snow, guess what? You're going to get snow. Now, if all the models agree on just about the same amount, guess what? It's a decent amount. And then the question is, where's the bullseyes? So that's kind of a helpful tool for that. All right, now if we look at the snowfall amounts from our individual model solutions here across the state. So for example, this is like the blend of models for Saturday. So Saturday's not a big deal, remember, as far as snow accumulations. Like there's the UK Met, a little bit of a dusting here in central, northeast Oklahoma. There's the NAM. It just kind of has just a spattering of just occasional dusted areas of snow. And up here in northeast Oklahoma, a little bit better opportunity there. All right, let's go to the icon model. Same kind of idea. About a ½ inch of snow here, about an inch maybe or so in Tulsa and points north and east, maybe 2 by the time you get to far northeast Oklahoma. Let's see here. The American, same idea. It's up this more northeast Oklahoma. And the European, got a little bit out here, and it's kind of spatterings up there. So none of them are very excited about Saturdays, put it that way. So at most, you're looking from a dusting to an inch across pretty much any given point over Oklahoma from around I-40 up to 44, kind of in this little zone right here. Okay, so that's your Saturday. What about the Tuesday deal? Well, and the Wednesday of next week, let's go take a look here. I'll put this up. This will be the snow accumulation through Wednesday morning of next week. All right, so here is our blend of models, which is a conservative number. So it's got a blend all the way down here to Red River. Otherwise, measurable snow from I-40 corridor up to the north. All right, UK Met, same idea, higher to the north, lighter to the south. Icon model, same idea, higher to the north, lighter to the south. Some decent snows up there in Ponca City and Bartlesville. American model, a little bit more on the dry side, has more northeast, not much else going across the state. And the European right here also favors several inches of snow around Bartlesville and lighter amounts to the south. So your take home should be for Tuesday of next week that there will be a hard line in the sand here, I-40, where you're going to have several inches of snow as you get north of that line. As you get south of that line, not as much snow because you have that cold rain in the morning, and you also have the ice to deal with. So if you look at the European, for example, it does have some significant icing across the southern half of Oklahoma once you get south of 40. This is anywhere from a tenth to a quarter to maybe a little bit more than that, 3/10 of an inch of ice accumulations. Even down here to Dallas, some icing showing up down here, about a tenth of an inch or so. So again, this is mostly just a travel nuisance nightmare, not so much a power outage issue, which is good. So that's if you want, I mean, if you're going to get ice, you might as well have it on the light side, right? The Canadian has much lighter amounts down here, much more higher amounts here. The American model, it's up here and sporadic, and then the blend of models is just kind of cuts the difference in two. But there's plenty of time to work out the details, but more than likely, just so you know, when I forecast, depending on what I see, in this case, I sometimes like what I take is the area of the blend of the models to show you where the region is, and then I lean towards certain models for the output as we get closer to the event as to how much will fall. In the extended outlook, I often favor the European, which is what this model here shows, which is up around 2/10 to maybe 3/10 at most, otherwise a lot of tenth to 1500ths. But as we get closer, I may switch over to the NAM, just kind of depends. But this is kind of a good idea what you can expect for next week. And then finally, temperatures, let's take a look at that. So this is the blend of the models. So I want to show you what a conservative number looks like as you head into Wednesday and Thursday morning. That's 1 and 2 degrees, folks, with a high on Wednesday of 13. Oh, that is horrible. Now keep in mind, by the way, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm so excited about that part. But if you look at Sunday, it's going to be a cold day as well. We get to the teens in the morning and struggling to get above freezing. Monday's a little bit of a break, though. Get a little bit of a rebound. And then, of course, as we said, cold front comes in Tuesday morning. So these numbers will drop throughout the day, and they'll be much colder. And then Friday, we could possibly get above freezing. This time of the year, you can do some pretty quick swings. And I will show you this, the European outlet just by itself, just kind of give you an idea what it thinks could occur. You know, as far as high temperatures go, I don't think this will happen, but my goodness, it's going for like a high around 6 degrees in Tulsa. Oh, man. And then what's it do for Oklahoma City? Oh, come on, show it to me. Oh, that was Oklahoma City. Okay, let's go Tulsa. Oh, they're about the same. No, that's why. Okay, I thought I picked a different one. So anyway, just kind of keep in mind, we've got some cold stuff coming up at that point. Okay, so I want to bring this up because I know a lot of people have asked me about the subscriptions I'm moving to. So yes, my platform, it has been free for 15 years. I've been helping Oklahomans and surrounding states all across the nation. Even my weather app is free. It works across every state in the nation. It will warn you and protect you of tornadoes before they even develop, giving you up to about 15 to 20 minutes of lead time in some cases. And again, that is free. It has been for a long time. My services have always been free. I'm just a giver. So, but as I get older, I'm realizing my energy sources are being drained, and I've got to replenish them. And so I do need to shift gears more toward an audience that also reciprocates and gives back in that fashion. So I'm moving things off into the subscription-based format. And I've gone through details as to why all this in the past videos and blogs. But what I want to focus on here is I've had a lot of questions on which platform do I subscribe to, right? So there's some options that I've had here because everybody likes their own specific platform for your own reasons. That's totally cool. So Facebook is a lot of you guys are on Facebook. Some of you will join Patreon. Some of you do YouTube. There's Locals, which is still growing. And you have PayPal, TikTok, and Instagram. All right, so all those offer subscription-based services. Now, what's the difference? Well, you must watch when I do like my live tornado coverage or maybe some specialized videos for you, because I'm still working out the details on how much content I'm going to put only on subscription-based versus still free. It's going to be up to my discretion and all that kind of stuff. I'm working that out now, but definitely all the tornado coverage and everything else is going to be for subscribers. So when you do, you're going to be watching on that platform you subscribe to. Now, the caveat to that is if it's not on Facebook. So, for example, if it's on YouTube, if it's on Locals, if you do it via PayPal, TikTok, Instagram, etc., I will give you a link to the Facebook private group page, and you can watch it there as well. So for example, let's say you want to join YouTube, all right, and you want to double dip. Perfect. You can watch on YouTube when you want. You can flip over to the Facebook private group and you can watch it there too. So you have a backup, so to speak. It's the same thing for TikTok and Instagram. All right. Now these other platforms like Patreon and PayPal, those are more of like a payment processor option because they don't do live videos. But what you do is I give you the Facebook private group page for that as well, so you don't miss any content. You just don't have like a secondary way to view it, which is fine. I mean, because I've been around that Facebook forever, so it's not going to change any. Now, if you do sign up for the Facebook only, you're like, oh, what's the difference between the Facebook fan subscribers and like the private Facebook group page? Nothing. They're both the same. Just one is like a catch-all to get all the other platforms in as well, so that no one is left out. I don't want anybody to be left out that does sign up. So that's the difference. So I hope that cleared things up. And so you can pick any one you want. It's just up to you. I can tell you this. Like for example, if you do join Facebook fan subscribers, the videos that you can watch can only be on Facebook. In other words, you can't go to my YouTube channel and watch those videos because those will only be shown to the members on YouTube. So that's why I'm saying I can't control the other platforms. Same thing for TikTok and Instagram. They will only show it to those subscribers. The only workaround I have control over is the Facebook group page, and that I can put anybody I want to in. But you have to, one, subscribe obviously to any of the platforms or options there. Even if you want to do Venmo, some people have done Venmo or Zelle. But when you do, you have to answer all the questions. Well, you message me first. After you do that, you message me or send me an email, and you can join the group, Facebook group, but you have to answer all the questions, and you have to give me a receipt as proof that you did join a platform. And if you don't do that, then it's automatically denied. And then if you keep attempting to do that, you get automatically banned. So I suggest you read, and then I suggest you answer all the questions. If you don't read and you don't answer the questions, you must be too good for it. If you're too good for that, you're too good to be in the group. So play by the rules and we'll be good, because if you don't, what happens is it bogs up all of my time, because now I've got to go and try to find you and search for you and prove that you exist and that you're subscribed. I don't have that kind of time. I barely have time to do what I do now, so that takes time away from others. So if you respect me and my wishes and my request to get into the group, it will make it much easier for everybody else. And I'm getting to the point to where I might just start banning people who don't follow any of the directions at all. It's not my fault you can't read and follow directions. So because of my time commitments, I don't have the time to handle you people. So do it right the first time, or don't do it at all, basically. But if you do it, you're going to get in the group, and then you'll be a part of the same big community that we're going to be focused on from here going forward. Like I said, I've been doing this for 15 years, and I'll keep doing it, for as long as I can, and as long as it's rewarding for both of us. It's a mutual, handshake agreement. I help you, you help me, kind of a deal, so that we can keep, symbiotic relationship, healthy one as well. And energy centers, I gotta protect what's left of this core body for energy wise, and I've been given of myself for so long. It'll drain you. It'll drain you. All right. Stupid flu. Okay, so that's it for me. I'm gonna get out of here though. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. I'll probably go take a nap, take some more medicine. And thanks for joining with me on the ride. If you're gonna bail after 15 years, that's cool. That's fine. I got no hate for you. I did this when there wasn't a dollar in it, so it doesn't matter. That doesn't affect me. It's not my motivation. But those are sticking around, welcome. We'll continue the ride. See you in the next broadcast. Take care.